Hi everyone, how are we doing today? Good evening. Trust our day went well. Trust our day went well. Good evening. I hope you can all hear me. All right. So far so good. Well, this week we're still on digital literacy and productivity tools. And before I continue and start, I'd like to do a recap. Who can remind me of some of the things we spoke about yesterday? I would like to make sure that we're all following. So if you remember yesterday's class, so let me remember some of the things we learned yesterday. I think we spoke extensively. Yes, we spoke about our email management and communication tools. I'm glad that we're following. And our communication tools. Yeah, appending signature on your Gmail account. So many of us are able to do the signature on our Gmail accounts. Many of us have been able to practice with some of the things we did yesterday, actually. And I think there was even something I said also. Yes, we talked about the Google Drive. No, yes, talked about Google Drive. There was something I also sent also in terms of I was like, okay, you should share organize files in a Google Drive and share a file with a colleague. I don't know if any of you were able to do that between yesterday and today. Okay, I can see some people did. Okay. Umbrella could not, but I'm hoping you can get to it later. All right. For those that couldn't, I hope you would try again and try not. And for some person that said she couldn't do it with her phone, I think you should try. Again, look for the settings. You should be able to, though it's much easier and like would really better to do it with your system, but with your phone might just be a bit more difficult. So the videos are embedded in the notes. So once the notes are shared with you, you get the videos also according. Videos and the notes. So once the notes are shared with you, you get the videos also. Let's go into what we have for today. So this is what we've covered basically in the past 2 days. We spoke about basic computer skills, word processing, spreadsheets, and presentations. I hope we've not forgotten everything we learned then. We spoke about the cloud storage and collaboration tools, and we spoke about the email management and connection tools. Like this is what we did yesterday, basically. So today now we're moving to project management tools, Asana Trello, and also calendar management and scheduling tools. So yeah, exploring project management, calendar management, and scheduling tools. So before I continue, I think we've gone through some of this in my first class like 2 weeks ago. But I'd like to hear from you, like if you have any experience with the calendar tools or project management tools that you can think of, or scheduling tools. Let me hear if you know you've worked with any of them before. Stella was battling with the previous three activities that we were given. Okay, that's interesting. I hope you're getting the angle of it too. Okay, yeah, Google Calendar. I think that is one of the most popular calendar tools for today. For today, Google Calendar. Yeah, some of the Google Calendar has been used for meetings personally. Yes, exactly. Trello, Notion, Calendly. Yes, 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 yes. That is good. That's good. I'm glad. Um, so, like I mentioned, we're going to focus on essential tools that help manage projects and tasks time efficiently. We'll explore those project management tools. You have mentioned some of them already. Asana, Trello, the calendar tools, Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, and then we're going to also discuss how to integrate these tools into your workflow. So, why this is important? First of all, is that a lot of times you might get like it's easy to miss the time for something. It's easy to get mixed up in doing various things. Is So you need to be able to know that you're on track when it comes to some of these things. You need to make sure that when you have projects, you're meeting up with your projects. When you have meetings, you're meeting up with meetings, and these are tools that would help you very well. So what are project management tools? Project management tools are essential for organizing, planning, and executing tasks efficiently within teams or individually. These tools help streamline workflows, track progress, and ensure that projects are completed on time and within scope. So, like I mentioned, like you have so many tools, you have so many tasks. I think we've spoken about how we should be a good project manager, how you should be able to manage your time and your task effectively. So these are tools that would help you make sure that you're on the right track. That will help you make sure that you're accountable. You're accountable to yourself. You're accountable to your team. Everybody in the team is accountable to their tasks. So that is why these tools are very, 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 very important. And two popular project management tools are Asana and Trello. So let's start with Asana. Asana is a versatile project management tool that helps teams manage their work and tasks in one place. It's ideal for managing projects of all sizes, from small team tasks to large scale initiatives. So I think someone mentioned Asana. Okay, I think we mentioned Trello. I'm not really sure I saw Asana as much. Trello Notion. But Asana is one of the tools also that's being used in project management. Then we'll talk a bit about Asana. So some of the key features of Asana are you create, assign, and manage tasks with deadline and priorities. You can view your projects. I think once you get the notes, you'll see more about this. I don't think I'll go deep into Asana yet. Yeah, depends on the time we have. So collaboration is also a key feature. You can collaborate with your team members, and then you can also integrate Asana into tools like Slack. I think we spoke about Slack, we spoke about Google Drive yesterday. Zapier is an automation tool. You might not really need to come across this. The notes will be shared to you through your Canvas, through the Canvas, the LMS. So don't worry. Um, sure, the notes will be sent after class today, tomorrow. So some of the usage scenarios for Asana Like I mentioned, team collaboration. So example now, just imagine if you're part of a marketing team. I think I used the marketing team as an example yesterday also. So you need to be able to manage like content calendar and assign tasks for writing, editing, and publishing. If you were probably working on designs also, you want the designer to wants to know, okay, these are the designs he's working on or she's working on, and they are ready, they have been reviewed, they have been approved. So these are some of the things that Asana can be very, very, very good for. And you can also track like the progress of different projects that you're working on, the project of different projects that people in the team are working on, so that you make sure that you're accountable. You make sure that um, everything's accountable. Someone said, "Can Google Teams be?" There is nothing like Google Teams to my knowledge. So you mean Microsoft Teams, if I'm correct. And Microsoft Teams is more or less a tool for Microsoft Teams is a tool for having video calls, having conference calls, the equivalent of Google Meets. Yeah, so Microsoft Teams is the equivalent of Google Meets or Zoom. So some of the advantages of Asana, we have them here. First of all, it's highly customizable. It makes it suitable for a variety of workflows, real-time collaboration with updates visible to all team members, and it's also easy to assign and track tasks, ensuring accountability. All right, so let me just recap again. I mentioned Asana is a versatile project management tool. I'm not playing. I'm not playing the video. I'm not sure what that is. So, like I was saying, I want to just give you a recap again before I move to the next tool, which is Trello. So, Asana is a versatile project management tool and helps team organize their work and tasks in one place. It's very, very ideal for managing projects of all sizes, from small scale tasks to large scale tasks. Some of the things that you can do with Asana, like I mentioned, is the task management, project views, collaboration, and integrations. And I think we're going to get into integrations a bit later on, but it's something very interesting to note of. Like these are the ways you can use tools with each other. For the usage scenarios, again, I spoke about the team collaboration and also project tracking. Then, like I mentioned the use case about marketing. So imagine you're managing a content creation project. You can create a project in Asana, break it down into tasks like research, writing, editing, publishing, and then you can assign these tasks to different team members. You can set deadlines and monitor progress using the timeline. Yeah. So that's just like an example of how we can use Asana. So the advantages, like I mentioned, highly customizable, making it suitable for a variety of workflows, real-time collaboration with updates visible to all team members, easy to assign and track tasks, ensuring accountability. And some of these advantages, like I mentioned, just giving a recap again, is maybe complex for new users due to its extensive features, limited features in the free version compared to the premium. So now let's move into Trello. I'm going to do a demo of Trello here today in this call. Trello is a simple user-friendly project management tool that uses boards, lists, and cards to organize tasks. It's particularly favorite. So Trello is like it's more simpler than it's easier to use than Asana. Not a lot of features as Asana does, but yeah, it helps you get the job done, and it still has extensive features that would be very, very, very useful for you. So the key features: you can visualize projects on boards, you can create cards or for individual tasks, you can move cards across the lists to track task status, can categorize tasks using labels and set deadlines for better organizations. You can extend Trello's functionality with power ups like calendar view, Slack, and Google Drive. And those are just some of the key features of Trello. And once I do a demo, we'll probably see them. For the use cases, yeah, that's why I keep recapping. For the use cases, you have the visual task management. So just become once we move into the demo, you'll see some of the things I'm talking about. So you can see so the way Trello works is that there's a visual task management. You can just see everything, you can see your boards, your list, and everything that you need to work on, every project you're working on. You have your workflow management. So this is helping to customize the boards to fit different workflow stages, teams, and um, teams. Sorry for teams collaboration. So, what are the advantages of Trello? What are the disadvantages? What are the What are the advantages of Trello? So one of the advantages is that it's extremely easy to use with a minimal learning curve. Like I said, it's very easy to use. The visual layout is intuitive, so it makes it easy for you to track your progress. And the free version can like also offer like very very robust features and is sufficient for small projects. What are disadvantages? So some of the disadvantages that it's less suitable for complex project management. So comparing Trello to Asana, Trello is suitable is not as I mentioned earlier. Asana can do complex projects, has a lot of features, exciting features than Trello. So if you want to work on very very complex projects, you would need Asana for that. In terms of like the advanced features like timeline views and workload management, yeah, it's also there. So I'm going to change my screen now so that I can show us uh Trello. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you all Trello. So I see some people are saying I'm too fast. Am I actually too fast? Alright, just hold on. I want to let the screen that I'm sharing come up now. Alright, just So someone wants to write down. You don't need to write down. You don't need to write down. You can just probably note some things that you want to note, but I assure you that you are going to get these notes. So you are going to get these notes. Be rest assured. So just to recap, let me know that you are following. What are the two tools that we've mentioned? Two tools that you've mentioned. Yes, Asana and Trello. Thank you very much. I'm trying to sort out putting up my sharing my screen. Just a sec. So the next one would go into would be calendar management and scheduling tools. Yes, isn't it? So while I'm waiting to set up the screen, let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, I like what Elizabeth said. Asana can handle more complex projects, while Trello can handle minimal projects. Yes, yes, that's beautiful. I like the fact that you got that. Yeah, so I like what Samson suggested. You can take screenshots. Yeah, the notes will be shared to you. I can assure you that notes will be shared to you. I know some of you are concerned about like the notes being shared. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go on. I think we'll just get circle back to some of these things. So, what are other popular project tools? We have Jira, which Jira, the features are agile project management. Um, we have sprint planning and reporting. So these are more complex tools for development teams, which they use to run agile projects. There's also ClickUp. I think someone mentioned Notion. So there's also Notion. Notion is very, very good. And I think I even spoke about Notion yesterday, and I'm sure I've probably mentioned Notion. Um, I've probably mentioned Notion in class. Someone mentioned Notion in the comments. So Notion is also a very, very, very good tool for. Yes, these tools can actually be used on your phone. Yes, and that's why they are very, very, very useful. These tools can be used on your phone. So apart from these tools, there are more tools that you can use. There are a lot more tools. There is Monday and a whole lot of other tools, but these are the popular ones that you can use. Asana, Trello. So it seems that as a beginner, I would actually recommend Trello because if you're a beginner, it means you're not looking to do a whole lot more with it. But depending on the companies that you're working for or whoever you're working for, they might prefer Asana. If you're working for a large organization that you have to work with the development teams or have like maybe probably work with design team, the large design team. So yes, this will really be perfect for that scenario. Um, Yes, I think I've answered the beginner question. Yeah, someone mentioned it was Monday, Asana, Trello, ClickUp, Notion. Yeah, I think those are the most popular tools that one could use. I think there is also Microsoft Projects. There is even Zoho has its own tool. Even Zoho has its own project tool. So let's move into the calendar management and scheduling tools. Um, so speaking about efficient time management, it's crucial for productivity. I think I spoke about this earlier in the beginning of the class. Calendar management tools, they play a significant role. So these calendar tools now, what every English that I seen in your screen is trying to say is that you can schedule meetings. I think someone mentioned it in the comment section earlier. You can set reminders. So you have a task you want to do. You can go to your Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, whatever calendar feature you're using, and you can schedule it. You can also make sure that okay, every time you are tracking things in your calendar, you ensure that there is no conflict. You ensure that there's no conflict. You're optimizing for time, and yeah, make sure that these tools are integrating well with your other tools, with other productivity tools that you'll be working with, maybe your email management tools, your communication tools, your word tools. So this is why your calendar is very, very, very important. Your calendar helps you plan your day. Your calendar helps you make sure that everything about your day is working, is going in accordance to what you want. So, what's the purpose of your calendar management tools? First of all, it helps you to manage time effectively. So you can organize appointments, meetings, and deadlines. It helps you to coordinate schedules with team members, clients, and other stakeholders. And it can also enhance your productivity and reduce scheduling conflicts. Like I think I've mentioned all this extensively. Then the benefits, so centralized scheduling. So all your events, all your tasks, everything that you're doing for a day, you're seeing it in one place. For me, even if you work for probably you're a freelancer, you have different clients you work for, you have different agencies you work for, you can sync your calendars into one. And imagine a scenario whereby, okay, you're opening your phone, you're opening your calendar, and what you're opening, you're seeing every single thing there. So it just makes your work very, 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 very seamless. It makes your work very, very easy. And make sure that you are keeping up to time. So you make sure that you're not late for meetings, because in the virtual remote setting you don't accept lateness. You even in the physical setting you don't accept lateness. So you just make sure that you're not late for meetings. That is where this is very, very, very important. Uh, then it also helps you to improve your time management. It helps you to enhance collaboration. So and your automated reminders. So because like I mentioned, your meetings that are coming up, your tasks, your deadlines, the calendars can remind you. You can say that okay, remind me every 10 minutes before to. You can say that okay, remind me 3 times. Remind me an hour to the time of the meeting. Remind me 30 minutes to the time of the meeting, and also remind me 10 minutes to the time of the meeting, just to make sure that okay, everything is on track. Then enhance collaboration. As I've mentioned, you can collaborate with people. Uh, so Zendex is more of a CRM tool to my knowledge. Zendex might have some of these features. Zendex can have some of these features, but is primarily a customer management tool. So it's more of a customer service solution. So you can have some of these features in terms of like okay, managing your projects. That okay, when you talk when a customer creates a ticket, when a customer creates a ticket, are we on top of it? Is it something that we're working on already? Have we solved this customer's issue? Have we resolved this customer's issue? So that's where Zendex works best. So let's look at two tools here. So look at Google Calendar. So I'm going to show you a demo. Like, I'm going to share my screen later in the class and show you a demo of how these tools are working. For the videos will be embedded in the slides that will be shared with you. So when the slides are shared with you, you'll see more videos and more links to other resources where you can actually read more about this. So for Google Calendar now, Google Calendar is the most widely used scheduling tool that integrates with other Google Workspace apps. So it makes it convenient for users within the Google ecosystem. And even users that are not within the Google ecosystem too can also use Google Workspace. On your Android, you probably set up your Google Calendar. I know for Apple users, you might be using a mix of Google Calendar and Apple Calendar also. But yeah, Google Calendar is very, 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 very effective. So what are the key features? First of all, for Google Calendar, event scheduling, you can create events with specific dates, times, and locations. And in the events you create, you can even add links to Google Meet and say that, okay, once this event starts, we are meeting in Google Meet. Or you can just choose your physical date or wherever this is meant to be. Then reminders and notifications, you can set. I have mentioned about reminders and talked about reminders and notifications. You can set reminders, you can stay on top of your schedule. Sharing and collaborations. You can share calendars with team members to schedule meetings and events, collaborate with them. You can manage different aspects of your life. So you can have multiple calendars whereby okay, this is a calendar for your workspace, this is a your calendar for your workspace, calendar for your personal life, and probably other projects calendar that you're working on. Like I mentioned, with these tools that are in place, you can work for different clients, work for different organizations, and still make sure that you are keeping to time in every single thing. So the use cases, personal and professional scheduling. You can manage both personal appointments and work commitments. So how do you differentiate events from tasks? So once I open the Google Calendar, once I'm sharing my screen, I'm going to show you how you can how you can when you go to create, you're going to see it's going to give you the list of options. You also create an event, you want to create a task, or you also create an appointments, and that's how you differentiate it. Then you can use color codes also to differentiate it yourself. If you want, you can use color codes to differentiate it yourself. Then for someone said you can also add your boss's calendar to yours. Yes, they can. They can give you access to their calendar, so you can know. Okay, this is what they are up to at this moment. They can sync your calendars with your own calendars. Yeah, so you can also see. Okay, this is what they are up to at this point in time or at this moment. So advantages of Google Calendar: seamless integration with other Google services, as mentioned before. I think the interesting thing about working with Google is the fact that you can actually integrate everything. So the Google Drive, the Google Word, everything that we've spoken about in terms of like the Google products, you can work seamlessly with Google Docs. It's also easy to use with a very clear visual layout. So when we get to it, you'll see how easy it is to use. It supports multiple calendars and custom views. So like you can see what happens in a day, a week, or a month. Another disadvantage is that for non-Google, if you're integrating with other platforms that are not Google products, they might see some limitless functionality. And then if you want to get some advanced features, you might not necessarily need the advanced features if you're working in large organizations, so you have a lot of tasks to do. So, but you would have to pay for that. It requires a subscription. So, when you get this slide, we also see more about the Google Calendar. But I'm going to show you the Google Calendar in this class. Um, Now let's move to Outlook. Outlook is a bit. So the organization will do the subscription for you. So it depends. So if you're a personal freelance, if you're a freelancer and you want to have like your personal subscription, you can, and your organization can also do your subscription for you. So organizations, proper organizations, established organizations do your subscription for you. Either you're subscribing to a Google Workspace. A lot of startups prefer Google Workspace. Some use Zoho Workspace. Zoho is gaining traction currently in Nigeria. It's becoming more popular because of its affordability. And a lot of large, or should I say, I don't want to use the word, a lot of large organizations tend to prefer Microsoft Workspace. So once they subscribe for any of these workspace or tools, you get access to these features that are a part of the package. So still on Outlook calendar, some of the key features are the email integration, the meeting scheduler, the multiple time zones, and the tax and calendar integration. So the Outlook calendar, to just reiterate, is part of the Microsoft Outlook that we were looking at yesterday. So I think that's one of the things that made it look like it was really complex because the calendar is embedded with it. However, the calendar is also a feature and has its own use cases also. So team collaboration, and you can integrate it with your email. You can integrate it with your email. You can integrate it with your Gmail. You can integrate it with your Gmail. So I'm going to then disadvantages. So I mean, if you're working in Microsoft Office tools, like just the way Google works is seamlessly integrating with them. And the scheduling features, including time zone management, is very, very, very powerful. And the support for events and detailed invitations. is also there. Is also there. And the disadvantages. So I'm sure we already we understand some of these things. How I used to it is more complex compared to Google Calendar, and usually require as a subscription if you want to actually access the full if you want to access the full functionality. So when you get the slide, you need to check in a video about it more. Okay. So I believe you can see my screen now. I am going to I want okay. So I'm going to walk us through Trello on how we can use Trello on using Trello. I've mentioned what Trello is. So yeah, I'm going to type in Trello now. I hope you are following me so that we can just so I'm trying to log into Trello. Can you see the interface? So let's start so that we can just do one or two things and make sure that you get the hang of this. So first of all, let's create a new board. So I can show you how to create a new board. You can see what I'm clicking create a new board. So what are we going to give? What title are we going to give the board? Let's give it class project. Give it class project. Let's select a color. So color coding is one of the things. So I'm selecting this color so I know that this is the color of this particular board. So the boards are used to organize different projects or different workflows. So this is one project. Then you come here and click create. So we've created a board now. So we've created a board now. The next step is adding lists. So the first let's so this is more the common practice for Trello. The first list is to do, as you can see. Then let's add another list. We'll call this in progress. In progress. Did we get that? We are going to also call this the next one done. So we have three cards now: to do, in progress, and done. So when we start putting up our tasks, so let's add cards. So cards are essentially our tasks. So we started with boards. If you remember, we created boards. Boards can represent different projects or different workflows that we're working on. That's the boards. Then the lists represent the different stages of the project. So now project is in to do, in progress. So this is usually standard practice. Depending on what you have, you can have another part for review. Probably after done, maybe your boss has to review it, so it's still pending review. Then after review, it has been sent out. Probably something that needs to be sent out. So those are the different ways you can use it. But we are sticking with this simple one, two, three stages for our list. So now for our list. So now we're moving to cards. We're creating cards under lists. So I hope we're following. You created board first, you created lists, now we're creating cards. So cards are the different tasks that we are doing. So cards include, let's give the first card. What name should we give it? Draft lecture notes. So then I'm going to add another card. Let me see. Um, create presentation, share notes with class. You all can give me other things you want. So give class assignments. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show us how we can add. So this to do, we can change list colors if we had the free version, if we had the paid version. I think this is a recent update. In the free version, you could actually change colors of your list. So now let's move. We're going to move draft class notes to science projects. We are going to move it to done. So if you see now, lecture notes is under done. We're going to let's move create presentation. Are you seeing how I'm getting it? I'm moving create presentation to in progress. No, let me move this to done also. So you'd even see done immediately. You're suggesting that I move it to done. Let's say share notes to class is now in progress. So if you are following, you can now see that okay, there are different tasks and they are in different stages inside a project. So that's just what you've done. And another way you can even move cards is like this. You can drag it. So dragging is much easier. So it's not a must you know all the tools. However, in fact, if we go deep into some of these tools, we might not even get to half of what we want to get into. But however, it's important to know the basics of the popular tools. So you know the basics of the popular tools, you can use any tool that you come across. So you are not um you don't have to know all the tools, you don't have to know how to use all the tools deeply, you just know how to use the tools basically. Now you need to know the basics of the different tools that we are working with. Someone said they can't see my screen. You should think you should probably try increasing your resolution. Try increasing your resolution or changing the settings to higher quality. Yes. And you can use your phone, please. You can use your phone. Don't let the fact that you don't have a laptop hold you down. Once you start using your phone, you can get the hang of it. Using your phone might would really be helpful for you. So if you say that because you don't have a phone yet, you are not going to start working on it or start doing something, you're going to hold yourself back. Not let me just say this a little bit about me. When I landed my first tech job, I did not have a system. I used my phone for more than 3 months before I got a system to now start working with. And I remember I would be up late at night, late in the midnight, up to three, be doing so many things, working with spreadsheets, working with Excel. Even there was a time I was doing designs, then working with Canva, creating carousels. So please don't say that because you don't have a system yet, you're not going to start with it. So just use your phone. Earlier today, I met someone. I went to get something, and this young boy was telling me how he started doing designs on his phone. And I was like, which tools do you use? Does he use Canva? Because Canva is easy. He said doesn't even have access to data, so he can't use Canva. So he mentioned some tools that he's using without data. And I saw some of the designs. He did a really good job. So please don't let the fact that you don't have a phone hold you down. So back to what we were saying in terms of the class project. So this is the class project. We've done this now. I hope you understand what we've done. I'm going to show you how to invite a team member. So how to invite a team member. Who am I going to invite? I'm going to invite the. So in case you missed it, you want to invite a team member to work on this project with you. You're going to click here, come here, share. You can mention someone's email. I can mention someone's email. Let me see whose email can I call. I think I have another email that I can use myself. So yeah, I can also copy link. So you can share this board now to this person, and the person can join. Then you can also copy link and share the link with people that they should join. So anybody you share the link with can be able to join. Yes, Trello can be Trello can be downloaded on Play Store, App Store. Trello can be downloaded on Play Store or App Store. So before I continue, let me know if everyone got what we did now with Trello. Someone said Trello is giving GitHub vibes. In my own opinion, I would even say it's easier to use than GitHub, but yeah, everybody has their own poison. Okay. I'm happy that some of us understand this. So just to recap some of the things I've shown you about Trello. Trello is great. So first of all, I showed you how to sign in, showed you how to create a new board. Board represents projects or different workflows. I showed you how to create lists, and lists help to organize different stages of progress of your tasks. And I also showed you how to create and manage cards. And cards represent the tasks, and you can just move them between the lists as you progress. And you can add details to the cards. You can move cards, so you can move cards. Someone said no, it looks magical. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I'm not sure we'll have time to throw more lights into it in this class, but when you get the notes and you go through them, you'll be able to really understand it more. Yeah, for new users, you have to create a new account. Yes, yes. You have to create a new account. I also showed us how you can actually invite team members to the board using the invite button. How you can assign a card to a team member. Yes, they are the most important tools to know how to use. So the beauty about these tools is that if you know one or two of the popular ones, no matter the tool they throw your way next, it will be easier for you to use. You just have to approach it with an open mind that okay, let's are you familiar with Jira? Like, okay, not Jira, but I'm familiar with Trello. I'm familiar with Asana. So I'm very sure I'll be able to work with Jira. You get the notes this week. The notes will be dropped this week. The notes will be dropped this week. Let me see. Where are you lost? Let me see if there's anything I can do for you again. I think there's something else I didn't show us. Like I show us, you can add descriptions to your. So this is a also add a description to this task. This task here says create presentation. So let me add a description. What is the description? Description is put notes into a PowerPoint slide and make it look presentable. Then you come here, save, and you've added a description to it. The card has a description. So when someone comes and clicks on your tags, they know where you're what you're talking about, what you mean. Recap on board. Yes, recap board return project. So this is your board. So this is let's create another board. You come here, you click this plus icon, choose another color for the board. So we've done class projects before, so let's give this one a new name and be like group. Let's think what name can we use? Group projects again. So this is probably the group projects that we will be engaging in. So this is another project. This is another board that I've created. So I hope you have gotten the hang of it. So it's just the same thing. You create your card list, then you create your cards. Cards are not the same as lists. So lists come first, then cards come. So lists are more of to show the stage at which a progress is in. So if you are still seeing my screen, you will see that okay, this is a list. I'm calling this list to do. So I'm like, okay, add list. That's one list. So this is now a card under the list. So what are the things that you still have to do? Do my assignments. So you've added this card now under this list. So this is so you can be like, okay, this is in progress. You've added this list. Now you want to add a task that okay, these are the tasks that you have been doing, or you want to drag these particular tasks to in progress, then you can drag it. Or if you want to take it back to do, you can. take it to do. So that way everybody sees what you are doing and they are working on. I hope we're all clear on that. Trello is. That's why I'm showing you Trello. So I'm trying to stick with showing you Trello. All right, now. So we're going on a break now. So we'll be back in like the next 5 minutes or so. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back from break. I hope we've taken our attendance. All right, so we're going to move into something else. So I hope most of us are able to get what we went through. For those of us that did not get some of these things, we can ask our peers. If there's time, I'll go back, but let's proceed. We've gone through Trello, so I'm not going to go through Asana yet. We'll just go through Google Calendar. So this is my Google Calendar. It opens automatically because I'm using Chrome and I'm already logged into my Google Mail. But if you're using another browser and you have not logged into your Google Mail account, you would have to sign in. So just signify that you have seen the. So after you sign in, I believe you're talking about Google Calendar. Open the Google Calendar, you just need to ask it for your email and then put your email, you put your login details and you sign in. That's how you sign in. So please signify that you are following me. I want to make sure that we are all following me around the same page. Yes, thank you, Deborah. Welcome. So if you are back, just type you are back. If you are ready, you are ready. If you are lost, type I'm lost so that I will know you. Everywhere. Okay, I'm seeing someone saying they are back but lost. Someone said lost, 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 lost. You'll be found. You'll be found in Jesus' name. Online but lost. Back and ready. Back and ready. So for those of us that are lost and for those of us that are back and ready, let's pay attention to this one. So this is a new tool that I'm going to be showing us. So let's see how this tool would work well. So we understand. So we don't get lost in this segment. So are we ready? Are we ready? So are we ready? Are we ready? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an event. Yeah. So let's click a date, choose a date. I believe you can see my screen. Which date do we want to use? Let's say for next Monday, since we have our next class will be next month. So for next Monday, we're going to come here. After clicking the dates, this is create here. I believe you can see create. So we're going to create. Then somebody asked how do you differentiate between event and task. So I mentioned that you see event, you see task, you see appointment schedule. So this is it. You see event, task, appointment schedule. So what are we going to create? We're going to create events. And what is the name of the event? Let's call it title virtual assistance training. And what time? Hope are following me. We want to find the time for it. So what time does our class start naturally? It starts 7 p.m. From 7 p.m. then to 9 p.m. So you can see that we've created it now. And all we just do compare location. So you just know that it's YouTube. So if we're using Google Meet, we'll probably use Google Meet here. So you can now save the event. And that's how we create an event on Google Calendar. So let me know if you got it. Someone asked which tool is this. This is Google Calendar. This was the last thing I was speaking about before I had to share my screen. I was speaking about calendar management. So this is Google Calendar. So let me know if you got what I just shared with us now. Someone said come again. I'm going to take it again one last time. So if I take it again, I'm going to show us how to delete an event. So if you want to delete the event that you've created, you click on it. I'm sure you can see the delete button. So click delete event and deleted event. So I'm going to create it again. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. So first thing I'm going to do is come to create. So we're choosing the date, night. Or you can choose 11th or 10th, but let's choose night. So night, then click create events. Then we put event name as lighter VA class. Then the next thing is we find our time, and our time for our classes is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The other thing is that we can also add is repeat. So does it repeat? So we're going to have to customize this ourselves. So it repeats Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but we don't have that exact option here. So let's go to custom. You go to custom and you choose the days it repeats Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And you can even put that it ends after. Okay. It ends on, if you know the end date, I can't remember the exact end date now, but when you know the end date, you can add it. And if not, you can put never. And once it's over, you can read the class. So then that repeats Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday every week. We are going to put location. You're going to put location here as YouTube so that it doesn't automatically create a Google Meet link for
Power
you.
off.
Then you save and you've created your class already. So let's move to editing. Let's move to editing. So if you want to edit, open the events, click here. If you want to edit it, see edit events here. So here now you can edit the events. If I want to add guests, I can add any guest I want to add. I can add the incubator. So let me add the incubator to this event. So when you add the incubator, you can see it's showing that there are two people that are gonna attend this thing. I am attending this. The incubator is also attending this. So I can add locations, guests. I've added location. I've added location here already. This is it. I've added guests here, and you can also add description. So what is the description? The class for virtual assistant training. That is description. Let's say I want to change it to Google Meet. You can use Google Meet. Just come here, click join with. So Just come here and add Google Meet. So it's let me cancel it. So you want to add Google Meet video conferencing, you can add Google Meet here like this. And voila, once people get the link, they join with Google Meet. Another thing that you can do, so these are the reminder parts. This is the reminder part, notification. So it's going to notify you 30 minutes. Yes, so someone asked us, but that's where I am now. You can send notification. How can you change it to W80? See it here. First of all, let me just address the person that wanted to know how to change to W8 to West African time. See here, my time zone is here. So if I come and I want to say change it here, you click time zone. Then you can now choose the time zone that you want. I hope you are with me. So you come up, you click time zone, you change it to the time zone that you want, then you hit OK, then that's it. That's how you change your time zone. Alright, no problem. Then when I'm done, I'll probably show you how to change your default time zone settings also. So this is so we've talked about this. So I want us to set notifications now. So this is notification now. You've set this one to 30 minutes before. You can add another notification. This one is showing 10 minutes before. You can add another one. So we don't want 10 minutes, we want an hour. So I think I said something like this. So now you have it. First of all, it's going to notify you 1 hour before the meeting. It's going to notify you 10 minutes before the meeting. It's going to notify you 30 minutes before the meeting. Then you go ahead to click on save. Then when you save it, any guest you've added it to notify them, or it even asks you the option if you want to notify the guest that you've added. So let me show us how to. So before that, let me first show the person how to change time zone. Yeah, choosing the time zone can be customized for that event alone. That was what I showed you. So now I'm going to show us how to change the time zone for all the for how to change your custom time zone. So you come to settings first. Come to settings. So you see your time zone here. You see your time zone, your primary time zone. You can even display two time zones if you want. So you can choose your primary time zone to be West African Standard Time because maybe you have some people that you work with in Canada. Let's say Winnipeg, Canada. So if you have people that your secondary time zone will be very useful because it helps you to make sure that okay, you are knowing the time it is in Canada too for people that you are working with. So that is another thing. So I've shown us how to work with time zones. Let me show you how to share your calendar. But in the meantime, I hope people are getting this. No, I'm not using the premium version. I'm not using the premium version. However, I hope that we are getting some of these things that we've been talking about already. This is the normal calendar, the normal Google calendar. This is normal Google Calendar for those that ask. This is your month view if you want to change your view. So if you want to add calendar, you can create a new calendar here. You can now create a new calendar and let's say virtual assistance calendar. Then just click create. So now you've created a new calendar. So you can come here, like, okay, this is the calendar that you've created, virtual assistant calendar. You can see settings and sharing. This is how you share the calendar you created. So if you wanted to share, if your boss wanted to share their calendar, this is it. So I mentioned that you can have different calendars and everything is sharing. So if you notice, like whenever I click on my own calendar, everything that is meant for me leaves the screen, leaves the view. So now let's try and share the virtual assistant camera. Share virtual assistant camera settings and sharing. So this is how you're going to share calendar. You can add people directly. I can decide to add the incubator up to the calendar. I can add them, or I can just get the link, copy the link, and share the calendar with you. That is how you share your calendar. Yes, notifications can come in. Most times it comes in as a push notification. If once you have the app on your phone, it can also come in as as a mail. It can also come in as a mail. It can also come in as a mail also. So that's that for Google Calendar. I don't want to spend much time back there again. So let's go back to the slide. I think I still have one more tool to talk about. Then I'm going to come back here to show you if we still have time more about it too. Yes, you know, when I was creating the event, I showed you how to share that particular event to someone. To share just a date, no, I don't think so. We can share the events, the particular events you want with someone. Then you can share your calendar with someone also. So you can't share a limited time period in Google Calendar. Someone asked, how can we block a time on our Google Calendar? So you can create an event and just say that, okay, you're going to be busy for that period of time. You can, how, so if you want to block a time, the best way to go about it is just creating a task. So now let's say I want to block a time. I come here, create a task, and now to block out, I can just call it a private time. Like I say, I want to block out 8:30. But let me even understand you. When you say block out a time, do you want do you mean that how to make sure that nobody can schedule you for a meeting during that time? If that's what you mean, the answer is it's a bit tricky. So you can let people know that you are busy. They can see that okay, you're having something else doing at that time. Does not mean that they cannot. So they will see it, But human beings doesn't mean that they will not still try and schedule you for a meeting. So you can now decide in the schedule for a meeting that to decline the invitation. Uh, no, let me change the screen and share for you. So let's move to the next thing. So the last tool I want to talk about today is Calendly. So what is Calendly? Calendly is a scheduling tool designed to simplify the process of booking meetings by allowing others to choose from your available time slots. So Google Calendar pretty much has this feature. It's been a recent update on Google Calendar, but Calendly is still very widely used for this kind of feature. So I'm sure we would have come seen times when you might not have seen it, but if you have come across a situation whereby someone sends you their link someone sends you their link for you to schedule a time on their calendar. So the calendar gets linked to your calendar and it knows when you are free and when you are not free. And you can even set the calendar that these are the times you are free for a meeting. And the person can book you directly on Calendly and it will now reflect on your calendar. So it's the availability, so it defines your availability times, it lets others book appointments within those slots, and it sets buffer time between meetings to avoid scheduling conflicts. And you can integrate it with your Google Calendar, like I mentioned already, your Outlook and other major calendar tools. You can also integrate it with your video conferencing tools like Zoom and Microsoft Teams. I think someone was talking about Teams. Then it can also remind you automatically about the emails or send you push notifications about the meetings. And you can customize the reminders based on the meeting type, just like we customize reminders in Google Calendar. Another thing is that you can create different booking links for various types of members. So you can create different booking links whereby you are sending clients this booking link that this is when you are free to talk to clients. You are sending prospects this booking that this is the time that you're free to talk to prospects. So when you get when you get the video and the material, you can go through more of these details. Yeah. If there's time, I would walk us through how to set up our calendar. So these are other scheduling and calendar management tools. This is Apple Calendar. This is Um, this is Booksy, Doodle, Zoho calendar. Zoho has its own calendar also. I think I mentioned that Zoho has like a lot of this workspace to competing with Google and Microsoft. Then you have Acuity scheduling. So these are all other scheduling management tools. However, the most popular ones are the ones that we've spoken extensively about. So you can also get some more articles to read more there. So I would have loved to show us Calendly, but because of time, we may not get to that. So just if I don't get to that today, just make sure you check it out in your slides. For now, I want to talk about integration between project management and calendar tools. So, how to integrate between project management tools? You have to integrate project management tools like Asana, Trello. You can link them with your management tools. So, we've spoken about integrating your calendar tools with your like Google Workspace and things like that. But you can also integrate it with your project management tools. For example, you can link Google Calendar and Asana. So when you set a deadline on your task for Asana, it notes on your Google Calendar, okay, that this is your deadline. You can also link up Trello and Outlook. You can link up Outlook and Microsoft Teams. You can link up Calendly with Zoom. So when you schedule a call on Calendly, automatically a Zoom link is generated. So these are just like basic examples of how you can do it. So these are just basic examples of how you can do it. Um, and how to integrate some of them. I just spoke about just two here. You go to Asana, or if it's in Trello, you go to calendar, you see Power Up, and use the iCal feed link to subscribe your Trello calendar in Google Outlook calendar. So let me know if you've gotten what I meant by this integration. So what are the benefits of integration? So first of all, you have a unified workflow. So I've spoken about all these tools, but you need to make sure that all these tools are integrated. If these tools are integrated, it will make your life easier. Trust me. A lot of iPhone users and people that use the Apple ecosystem will say that the reason why they keep buying iPhone, they buy MacBook, they buy Apple Watch is because the ecosystem makes their work and their management easier. So the same way, if you can link up all these tools together, it makes things easier for you. It improves your accountability and also makes things work for better collaboration with other team members. So the project management tools like Asana and Trello help organize and track tasks, while Asana is suited for complex projects like we've spoken about, and Trello is very, very flexible. Google Calendar integrates well with Google Workspace, while Outlook Calendar works seamlessly with Microsoft Office. At the end of the day, you just have to choose the tool that works best for you or the tool that works best for whoever you are working for. So that's it for that. Um, Let me see before I come to recap. Let me see if I can quickly just show us a brief overview of Calendly. So one thing I should explain the integration part again. So the integration part, I'm just telling you that you can link different tools to each other. So whenever you're working with different tools, always make sure that you link them to each other. That's just the simplest explanation. So you can link Trello with your Google Calendar and your Google Calendar with everything in your Google Workspace. You can link, if you're using Slack, you can link all these tools with Slack. You will see a plugin where Slack there, you can link your Trello, you can link your Trello, you can link Asana, you can link ClickUp with Slack. Whichever all the tools you're using, try your possible best to find ways to link them together. That's the best explanation I can give to you. So when they are linked together, it makes your work much easier. So I believe you can all see my slide. I'm going to walk us through Calendly now. So first things first is you open your Calendly. So if you've not signed in before, you have to sign up. I'm going to click on sign up. I believe I've probably signed up for it before. So now I'm logging into my group. Yes, you can link Outlook, Microsoft, and Google. You can. So it's a bit complicated to link those tools together. You can link Google with Microsoft. Like you can link Microsoft Outlook can link Google, but it's complicated to just link them again. It depends on if for the person that asks if you are to download and install the tools. Yeah. It depends on which device you're using. You're using a phone, you probably need to download the tools. You're using a laptop, you probably need to download the tools. And you don't need to download it, you can just use the browser. If you open the browser and open it, that's it. So it just depends on what you want. And someone said, how do we link them? Open the tools, you figure out how to link them. So if there's time, I'll probably show us a demo, but a lot of the times, just when you open the tool, you know what to look for. And in some of the videos that I'll probably be sharing, you'll see how to link some of those tools. So I can't teach you how to link every single tool in this class, in this course for this. You just have to understand how to link one or two, then you are good to go. So I'm trying to sign up for Calendly now. So how do you want to work with Calendly? If you're working with a team, you choose a team. You can go on your own. And what kind of work do you do? What kind of work do we do? So let's say virtual assistance. So for the person that asked me to explain the blocking, I want to understand exactly what you want to. I need to understand exactly what you want to know. What you mean by the blocking, first of all. Oh, and I think the person that also asked about someone asked a question if you can link Outlook, Microsoft, and Google Calendar together. Yes, you can. It might be tricky, but you can link all of them together. Like if you use an iPhone, you would notice that your Google Calendar and your Apple Calendar is already linked almost automatically. So now this is my Calendly. So you can create let's start let's start. So you can create on an event. So let's create an event. So you come here, click new event type. So you like one on one. So click one on one. Who will host this one on event? You. So the event types, the primary format of executive. So now what's the what's the event type? So let's say virtual, let's say VA interview. So I want to let's say I want to interview people and I want them to book a call with me. So you're setting duration at 30 minutes. Yeah, so then you can choose where you want the meeting to happen. I can choose Google Meet, I can choose Microsoft, I can choose website, multiple to meeting. I can choose Zoom or it can be in person, whichever one. Let's go for Google Meet. Then continue. So now that that's done, you have to set your availability. I think that might be with your phone. So if you're having issues downloading using Trello app on your phone, it might be an issue with your phone. So what you can do instead is that you can use it on your phone's browser. So if you have Chrome or Safari, depending on the browser you're using, or Opera, just open Trello on the browser and use Trello. So I'm going to select the days that I'm available. So I'm available on, let's say, I'm not available on Friday on these days. So this is it. Invite. So this is how you can let people to schedule. Scheduling settings. Let's say invite can schedule 10 days, 10 days into the future. So these are only the days that you want people to schedule for. You can choose that, okay, these are the days, this is when you're available. You can come here, choose the times that you're available. Then you can share the event link. So if you come here and click share, you're going to get this link. So now I'm going to open this link somewhere in another so that we can actually see if this link, where this link takes us. I hope we are going. Yes, you can. You can change the settings later on. You can always change the settings. So can we see the new screen I'm sharing now? This is the link I created. So if somebody wanted to book me, they would have to come here. They'll pick any of these times. They'll come here. They pick any of these times. They'll come here. They'll pick any of the times because I've actually selected those times and made myself available during those times. So that is so. I want to show us integrations. So you see integrations here. I came here, integrations. See that I can actually integrate it with Chrome. I can integrate it with the Android app with different browsers. I can integrate it with my Gmail account. I can integrate it with my Google Calendar, my Google Meet. I want to integrate it with my Google Calendar so that it makes it easier for me. So that's part of the integration that I spoke about. So you can see that I've added my calendar account here. I can set out another one. So it's telling me about to collect an iCloud calendar out I can collect it. But if I want to connect Google Calendar, it's here. If I want to connect Outlook calendar, Exchange calendar, everything is here. So like I said, you can actually integrate every single thing. And that is all. So So that is all. That is it. Um, when it comes to integrating, so we've gone through just a recap. We've gone through. We've gone through Calendly. We've gone through Trello, and we've gone through Google Calendar. So it depends. So yes, you can actually create booking times for your clients. Yes. So because some your clients might maybe your client wants to interview for a role of marketing lead, and he wants you to because depending on who your client is, majority of the time as a video, you're in charge of your client's calendar. Okay. All right. So now a recap of what we have done this week. I hope it's been an interesting week for us. We've spoken about basic computer skills. We've spoken about email management. We spoke about basic computer skills. Talked about word processing. We covered how to create, edit, and format documents using tools like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, and emphasis was placed on key features such as text formatting. So we've done a lot of that. We looked into spreadsheets. We explored Excel, Google Sheets, and we did some form of formulas. Then went into presentations. We learned how to craft effective presentations using PowerPoint and Google Slides. We worked on email management, Gmail also. We also went on cloud storage, and collaboration tools. We covered cloud storage, sharing, real time, real time. We've spoken about the security we have in cloud storage tools. So that's what we've done. That's what we've covered this week. And like I said, they play a big role in boosting your productivity. And I added this just for you so that you can embrace them with an open mind. Do not be scared of these tools. Do not be scared of these tools. And for your activity, this is not an assignment. This is just for you to work with each other. You can divide yourself into small groups of 3 to 4 or more if you want, or even less. I just want you to do something. Select Asana or Trello. Since we do Trello, I want you to use Trello. So use Trello, open Trello, open Google Calendar, create tasks with Trello, then schedule a meeting with your friends on Google Calendar to make that work for you. So I'm giving you time to screenshot this part if you want to. Try not to submit it. It's just an activity you all can do among yourselves. It's just an activity you all can do among yourselves. All right. So are there any final questions that you have for me? Do you have any final questions for me? So if you've enjoyed the class, can it will signify that you've enjoyed the class? Okay. So I've gone back to the activity. So that's the activity that I shared. So just do it within yourselves. Yes, you can access Trello offline. The only issue is that you not get real time updates. So if you're working with a team and they actually updated a task that they've done it, if you are not or if Trello is not connected to the internet, you would not know that they've done it. All right. Thank you very much. I've come to the end of the class. Yeah, when it comes to tools, tools are complex naturally, but the secrets and the key that I've found with it is that you have to just have an open mind to not be scared of the tools. I have worked with a lot of tools, like over, like I can, if I start listening to tools, there are a lot from all sports, even more complex than these ones. But once you keep an open mind, you begin to find out that these things become as easy as they come. And for your level, you don't need to know everything about. You don't need to know all the tools. You don't need to know everything about the tools. You just need to understand the basics, the little basics that are needed and are really important. Then you have a hang of everything. So, hi everyone, once again, and yeah, thank you for coming to this class. It's been a really great week. The assignments that would you should submit, the ones I've given so far not to be submitted, but the ones that to be submitted and the quiz that will be done will be passed to you in the in your canvas in your LMS, and your notes will also be passed across to you this week. If you really need. Do have a great night. Right.